Welcome back. I'm Grandmaster Rogers, your martial arts scholar. Since we know that Sun Tzu, the author of The Art of War, was before Bodhidharma, Bodhidharma couldn't possibly be the author of all of Chinese martial arts. So we can simply say that the synergy of martial arts and Buddhism would be his claim to fame. So let's move on to Sun Tzu.
King Helü appoints Sun Tzu as commander of the Wu army. Sun Tzu must now make good on his promise to train a force of 30,000 to fight an army 10 times larger. The strategies and tactics he uses in this showdown become the foundation of his masterwork, The Art of War. Sun Tzu writes The Art of War around 500 BC. The book is written on vertical bamboo strips, each the length of a chopstick. Each strip contains 15 to 25 Chinese characters. The strips are then painstakingly stitched together. Inside the 13 chapters of The Art of War lie the secrets to success. The Art of War is filled with many important insights, but there are three key principles that stand out and unify Sun Tzu's philosophy. Sun Tzu says, know your enemy and know yourself, and in 100 battles you will never be in peril. In The Art of War, understanding your opponent is crucial to victory. Sun Tzu says, to win 100 battles is not the height of skill. To subdue the enemy without fighting is. Fighting costs lives and money. Sun Tzu prizes the general who can outwit instead of outfight his opponent. Sun Tzu says, avoid what is strong, attack what is weak. Throughout history, armies fight head-to-head on the battlefield to show their strength and courage, but Sun Tzu doesn't care about glory. He only wants to win.
While each of these principles is important, think of them as cords in a strong rope. Individually, they may be strong, but when you put them together and use them holistically, they're unbreakable.
For more than 1,000 years, Sun Tzu's secrets are kept hidden, made available only to emperors and authorized scholars. They surfaced in the 8th century in Japan, and since then, their insights have spread throughout the world.
When the Portuguese arrived in Japan in 1543, they encountered a country embroiled in civil war. Out of this chaos, one samurai warrior would emerge. He would create a regime so strong it endured for over 250 years.
An elite warrior class that held the reins of power for more than 700 years. Masters of the sword and bow, and driven by an unforgiving code of ethics, they proved ferocious in combat. They beat back foreign invaders and fought each other for land, status, honor, and power. Their legacy of martial artistry and self-discipline persists even today. They were the samurai.
Let's talk a little bit about the origin. In the early days of martial arts, there were very few belt colors. What are the martial arts belt requirements? So let's talk a little bit about the origin. In the early days of martial arts, there were very few belt colors. There was typically white belt and black belt, maybe white belt, brown belt, black belt. And then Jukiro Kano from Judo, the founder of Judo, got together with his friend Gichi Funakoshi, and he told Funakoshi that from his school training as a teacher in the school system, that they ought to develop a more structured curriculum. There ought to be more belts because that would help to motivate students. And that's where we saw the introduction of more belts than they had, but not as many as we have today.